And welcome to Obedient Family TV, the program na Hope Alive. Yes, Hope Day. Wherever they watch us, on a good morning, afternoon, and evening, depending on our time zone. Today, we get special things where we say they happen for this hour. Nigeria, where we won't let all obedience worldwide. No, we will not get another scam where they call the executive scam that is loading now. That is Tinubu's promise of Xmass gift of 50% transport fare reduction. Now another scam with that very one. They come this hour, we go present all the things, and just as they normally do, they have started again. And then we have the issue of the PDPs saying that they are going to discipline Wike. Well, we go see how that one go take comot, because we get all their hard talk and waiting their national working committee they talk, then go punish Wike. Make we see how they want to take do them. And then other things wey be say if they happen as Tinubu don't proceed with an issue when come tell all the people where they do their resolution from Rivers State, say make them disregard the court order where announce say this Martins a year be waiting and they call the name of the former speaker, say make them call him back. And today we see say the speaker don't sit down for the quarters where they call the River State House of Assembly, can they give orders say they don't stop the impeachment issue to Fubara. That one will carry and come again. Several other things will be say it dey very, very important. Now with the carry come. And not only me go talk these things, I get Angel for studio and Princess there plus our own UC Maxwell for Zoom.
Good day, my well-meaning Nigerians, my lovely and intelligent, obedient worldwide. Welcome. Tell your neighbor, say Hope Day, but not in our politicians or in our leaders, but in God. My people, this River State crisis is now a national crisis. We, the well-meaning Nigerians, we must lend our voices with that of Rivers people. Welcome on board. Let's discuss.
Greetings, well-meaning Nigerians and fellow obedience worldwide. Welcome back to Hope Alive. How do you announce 50% discount on transportation without adequate, proper framework for implementation? This is just another way of diverting public funds, and all in the name of cutting down on transport fare. Well, join us as we discuss more.
Yes, so today we no go waste time. We'll go straight to the issue where we say it dey for grand. As una know, Christmas don't reach, and the announcement where Tinubu they give out today be say from tomorrow will be 21st of December. Say make you waka enter any transport company, whether the small one or the big luxurious bus. So say you go get 50% discount or been a reduction in price. Whether the federal government don't already give the transporters money, we no know for now. And just like Princess take talk, the modalities, how people go take troop out for this December time, the kind things so we say they happen for road, like the kidnappings, the road were no good, nobody talk about these things. So as today when we want bring this thing, we don't Angel don't label this and say na scam. Now you don't they load because of waiting happen. Immediately they inaugurated Tinubu. He said subsidy is removed. Yes. And the next thing that hit Nigerians are oil. The fuel prices started skyrocketing. Today we are in the 20th day of December, and they are having another announcement of 50%, whether it's deduction or free gift of transportation. It is not this thing. But Angel, before we take this I know say you won't talk about this thing well. But make we hear as the government them take talk so that now you go react for inside.
Let me begin by wishing every one of us and all Nigerians compliments of the season, and it's our prayers that we all have joyful and pleasant holiday season. In the spirit of Christmas and the end of year festivities, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, T.Fare, in another demonstration of his love for Nigerians, has approved that the federal government should intervene to bring down the cost of public transportation to allow our compatriots who want to travel to visit their loved ones and hometown to do so without stress and the extra burden imposed by the high cost of transport around this period. The President is well aware of the recent increase in cost of interstate transportation and even for air travel. Traditionally, therefore, our people love to travel during Christmas and end of year to be with families and friends, and this has been the practice for ages. We also know that globally, intra-country travels and movement of people, goods, and services always peak around Christmas and end of the year because of social gravitational pull of the period, which transporters always cash on to increase fares astronomically. In recognition of the economic situation of the country, which the President is working hard to turn around, President Tinubu wants Nigerians to be able to travel within Nigeria to wherever they want to go to meet their loved ones without the extra burden of paying exorbitantly for interstate public transportation. It is in this wise that the President is announcing through us that beginning from tomorrow, that's the 21st of December, Nigerians willing to travel can board public transport via minibuses, luxury buses at 50% discount of current cost, and all our train services on the routes the trains currently serve at zero cost to and fro on their travels this holiday season. This special presidential intervention will commence tomorrow, Thursday, December 21, and it will end on January 4, 2024. The federal government, through the Ministry of Transportation, will be working with transport
intervention, presidential intervention, to and fro. Luxurious buses, mini buses, Angel. Before I get to our guest, our special guest will be Maxwell, where they wait for Zoom. I know, say since you talk say this one na scam again, don't they load? So tell us.
You see this APC government, they are full of scam. The more you look, the less you see. Because the questions are many. Apart from, did they put this thing in the budget? That is number one question. Then my number two question be say, which companies did they allocate this 50% discount? Where be say, if poor masses go now, is it the GUO that God is good, they will not go, they will not say, okay, now 50%, or if you collect 20 before, now 10K, now we go pay. Government don't slash the thing. No. Or the government God themselves go bring out new buses where go east, south, west, and north. So many questions there on board. Not be the same thing where they tell us, say, we dey free to go Dubai. They don't resolve the question, the wahala where they there. At the end of the day, Dubai say nothing.
Angel, the other thing we say as you take the mention, waiting come my mind now. Waiting be 50% discount at the reduction, because if motor be saying they go from Abuja to Lagos, they collect 20,000 naira. For this Christmas time now, they fit tell you say their price na 40, or they fit tell you say na 100,000 na be their price. So wetin be the reduction when somebody go know as the price? Because now from tomorrow, the price go begin go up. If you go 21st of December, the price wey dem give you no go be the same thing. 22nd of December no be the same price. 24th, from tomorrow, the prices go begin dey rise. But anyway, now I come to our own princess.
My problem with this thing is my question here is, what's the data? How do they have the data of estimated travelers this December? Because of the how will I put it, the economic crisis we're having right now, if there were like 20 people that traveled last year, this year, to a large extent, it will reduce to like 10. But this one now will make everybody to come out. Hearing this now, everybody will want to now travel. Okay, if it was 20K, that means it's 10K. Let me just come out. We will just borrow. Give me this, give me this. They will borrow, put together and say, don't worry, I will go. I'll come back safely. So this will put a lot of tension now in everybody. Like if there were 10 people, they will increase like 50 people that want to travel from tomorrow. They will want to travel from tomorrow. So do they have the proper data of these people that want to travel? Are they in their houses to know that I'm planning to travel now? So they're estimating the budget. What is the budget for this? Do you understand? All these things are supposed to be things that are going to put in place. And I feel like if they brought this earlier, there are better ways to go about this than saying that 50%. What is it, like you were saying, what's 50%? Is it 50% of what it was before or 50% of what it's going to be from tomorrow? You get? So all these things are just a lot of things that I'm pretty sure whatever they are planning now, they did not put all this in cognizance before bringing out this decision. And anything they will bring out now is the person that they will hand it over to that will chop the one that they will chop. And then, because how are they sure that the desired audience will get this discount they are talking about?
Okay, Maxwell will be our own chief analyst. Is no longer a guest with us. He's on Zoom and ready to help us analyze this very particular thing. So Maxwell, if you are hearing me clearly, please, I want you to look at these very particular gifts, so to speak, that Tinubu and his cabinet has approved for Nigerians. 50% deduction on the original fare to travel for Christmas as a gift. Now, my question is, who and which transport companies did they tell us that people that are traveling from tomorrow should go to? It was not pronounced on this announcement that we have seen. They just said go to the people who use mini buses and luxurious buses. Now, and it is across the federation. I'm thinking that it's going to be chaotic in the sense that a lot of people are going to troop to different parks tomorrow and are going to be disappointed. And again, they did not specify how people, the beneficiaries are going to be registered or how they are going to be sorted in the parks, and the arrangement on security for the people who are actually going to board these very buses. So for me, I think it is an executive scam in the loading, just like, you know, the Emirates scam of withdrawal of that Emirates will start flying from Nigeria to Dubai, the Dubai visa stuff, and many other things that this government has come up with. Please, what do you think we have to advise Nigerians who are planning to use this very medium to travel starting from tomorrow?
An advice. Thank you very much for having me, Mr. Kanu. If I would start from an advice, I would simply tell Nigerians to make sure that they go to the motor park with their transport handy. And when I'm talking about transport, I'm not talking about a 50% discounted transport. They should prepare for the regular prices that is usual with the season, with the Yuletide season. And also, not only that, but they should also prepare for possible hikes when they are coming back in January. Now, the reason why I'll give this advice is that, first, before I go into the issues, is that the federal government has not been true to anything that they have told Nigerians since they came into power in May 29. They have never been true about anything. Like you mentioned, we've seen a lot of scam. Now, not just scams coming from regular Nigerians, scam coming from an institution of government, the executive arm of government. We've seen how much they played on the intelligence of Nigerian masses, how they brought a flight from Utopia, painted it and said that they are giving Nigeria an indigenous flight, how they told us that there is availability of visa currently for people to go to the United Arab Emirates, to go to Dubai, but it wasn't the case. But away from that, Mr. Kanu, I listened to that press conference that was held from the State House as to, they called it the magnanimity of Bola Tinubu. It makes me worry because I did not see any reality in many of the things that they said. They said that there is a 50% discount in interstate travels via road, and that if you are to go by train, it is 100% rebate for those who are to go by train. Now, for the train aspect, it is largely controlled by the federal government, that is the Nigerian Railway Corporation, or I don't know the name of the body that is really controlling the, the monetary aspect or the proceeds that comes from the transportation. So like he said in that video, it is very easy for them to have these conversations or discussions with the train. But when we look at the road transport properly, one of the things that we should be able to highlight is the fact that there is no synergy, there is no relationship with all the road transport agencies or councils in Nigeria. Many of these drivers, many of these companies are registered to different road transport agencies, though they said that they've held meetings and they've agreed. Now, there was something I heard while he was speaking, which shows the uncertainty of what he's saying. He said that they are aware of the possible increase and that the increase in road transport will stop from the announcement by the federal government. So it shows that the federal government, as at making that announcement, they don't know the exact amount that these transport agencies or transport companies have placed. How much has been placed in peace mass transit from Abuja to Abia State? How much has been placed in GUO from Abuja to Abia State? How much has been placed by ABC from Abuja to Abia State? They don't have a proper data that shows these figures. How can they be telling us? How can Bola Tinubu be telling us that today, that if they have made increment, that they are not sure, but that once they make that announcement, that there will not be any further increment? So how does the federal government measure the true amount that is meant for the transportation from Abuja to Abia State and knows 50% of that amount, and to know how much the federal government is going to pay back to these transporters? Because he made us know and understand that it is not the transporters that are going to bear these figures, that it is the federal government that is subsidizing road transportation. So what we are seeing here is a subsidy in road transportation and train transportation from December 21st till January 4th. So there is no reality in the figures, number one. Number two is that this is, of course, another venue for the federal government to cheat Nigerians and steal our commonwealth. Because tell me, we know that there is no proper database in Nigeria. How does the federal government want to measure the number of people that are going to travel from December 21st to January 4th? What are the modalities that have been put in place? They said that they've held conversations, and I feel troubled that during that press conference, that he told us that the Minister of Transportation, also, he made mention of somebody who came late to that press conference because he was still trying to finalize details as to it. Come on, here. How can you be making an announcement live on television telling Nigerians that you have given them 50% discounts, you have made subsidy to road transportation and 100% subsidy in train transportation, and you are still telling us on that same live broadcast that the Minister of Transportation is still having meetings with these people, is still finalizing meetings with these people? It shows unpreparedness. It only tells you that doom awaits this particular transaction. I don't see the reality in it. While Nigerians may be hopeful that it is going to take effect, they should also go prepared so that they don't be disappointed. Because I wonder who would go to board a vehicle and you tell them Bola Tinubu said that they have removed 50%, or Bola Tinubu said, I don't know who is going to give you a discount on that basis if there are no proper framework that has been laid on ground. Because from what we see, there are no conclusive discussions as to it. There's no proper database or metrics in determining the number of people that are going to travel, the people that their fees are going to be reduced, how much is going to be reduced. Because before you know, we are going to hear in the news that over 10 million people traveled within this period, and therefore the federal government has spent 500 billion or 1 trillion naira in subsidizing transportation from December 21st to January 1st. These are unrealistic things, and we've seen it in the past. So that is why we are scared, or we are concerned that it is also what they are bringing to us today. Yeah, we never get tired of seeing a lot of scams and, you know, fakeness, because that is what is reigning today. Fakeness from the APC and the Bola Tinubu-led federal government.
Okay, Maxwell, another thing I want you to touch before we come back to studio is the area of the executives. Of course, we know they all fly, and we look at it from the side of our roads that are already bad. If you are going from Abuja and you are going to Akwa Ibom, I know probably it is above 10 hours. And right now, if you are going from Lagos to Abuja, of course, you'll be doing above 10, 12 hours again, something that is being done for 6, 7 hours before. Now, the roads are so bad that they have not dealt with the roads, and they are expecting people now to continue to ply these roads in the name of subsidized transport scheme. And again, I need you also to look at other things that has to deal with the modalities, because first thing tomorrow morning, these very issues we just start, because people are listening, people have taken their advisement on this, and they're going to hit. And I do know personally, having been in transport management, that December is a peculiar season for transporters. The moment it's on the 20th, they don't have a price. They don't have. So what is 50%? If tomorrow I get there today, they would have collected 25,000. If I get there tomorrow and it is on 100,000, how much is the discounted or the subsidized amount? So let's take it from the road issues, and then before we get to these pricing matters that are arising.
Well, when I listened to that press conference, when I watched that video, I had him made mention of their arrangements with security operatives, that they have had meetings with security operatives, with the police, with the states, with the Department of State Security Services, with the military and several, several armed forces or security agencies in Nigeria, and that they've looked into the possibilities of keeping the roads safe. Now, these are the statements that is coming from the State House. So let us be hopeful that this is what they have actually done. We can only be hopeful. Mr. Kanu, what worries me is the level of extortion and bribery that goes on the roads. If you travel from Abuja to Delta State, or you travel from Abuja here to Enugu State, the number of times that your vehicle will be stopped on the road, the number of the times that you'll be required to pay certain amounts to security operatives, not only the police, in fact, military men have also joined in this fraud that goes on our highway. You pay to police, you pay to the military, the army, you pay to NDLEA, you pay to FRSC, you pay to VIO. All of them have mounted checkpoints on the highways. They are not keeping the roads safe. They're only enriching themselves from the sweat of Nigerians. So we can only be hopeful. And I have a problem to keep talking about hope, because countries are not built on the foundations of hope. They are built on the foundations of real and, true structures that have been put in place, either in the security apparatus or in institutions. They are not built on hopes. So the fact that we keep on relying on hope it worries me that I'm even making these statements. So they have told us that they have had conversations, they've held meetings with security operatives. We can only wait to see what will happen on the highways. I just encourage Nigerians to be safe out there. take all your personal safety measures. Very, very important, please. Take all your personal safety measures. If there's anything you're going to do to avoid kidnapping, to avoid being attacked or any other thing, please do so, because it matters to stay alive than to actually, have any problems out there. So regarding sorry, what was your second question based on again? About the
it has to do about the road network that is already bad and they are unpassable.
Yes. See, there are trunk A roads, there are trunk D roads, there are trunk C roads. The federal highways, the interstate highways, which are federal, which is the duty incumbent on the federal government to handle and fix these roads, have largely been abandoned. Mr. Kanu, we do not have good road networks in Nigeria, and the federal government is not concerned about these things. There is absolutely no real project ongoing in Nigeria. I said real project ongoing in Nigeria to fix the federal highways. The states in Nigeria are also not even bothered, because they know the problems that they go through when it comes to getting back their funds from the federal government. We are even talking about states fixing federal highways. Have the states decided to fix even the state highways? These are the problems. And when these people do not understand the very fundamentals of leadership and governance that are supposed to affect the people, the masses, then it becomes a problem. A journey that you are supposed to take from, I traveled just to Abuja very recently. If you are to travel from Abuja here to Jos, Mr. Kanu, a journey that should not take you more than 2 hours, 2 hours, 30 minutes, you'll be on the highway for 4 hours to 5 hours. Why? Because the roads are extremely bad. And these are federal highways that have been abandoned by the federal government. You also see the road also from here, from Kogi State. Once you pass Lokoja and you begin to go, you see how crazy these roads are. Roads that threaten the lives of Nigerians, threaten, the vehicles that people use on the road. When you travel once with your vehicle, you have to spend millions, you have to spend hundreds of thousands in the mechanic just to fix your vehicle. So these are the realities that we face in today's world. They are not addressing the root causes of the problems. Some of the hikes we see in road transport is not just because of even the fuel. Yes, the fuel affects it. But when the road is bad and the road transport company needs to spend more money fixing his vehicles, it will definitely have a ripple effect in the cost of transportation that people are supposed to pay. So we need to fix all of these factors that affect the inflation that we see in Nigeria. If not, we would only be making a mockery of ourselves. Trust me, this entire package of subsidizing fees from December 21st to January 4th, I want to see how it's going to work, but I can only be hopeful about it.
Yes, so be hopeful. I'm going to talk about hope. So I'll be coming back to you because there's a video you did that I want to the audience to actually see, and then you comment about it. But first, let me come back to the studio. Angel, still on this very transport something, I know, like you said, the scam is for people, and you've heard what Maxwell advice is for people to, when they are going to the park, they should have that mindset that they are going to pay the fees. And also for people who are traveling, when you are also coming back, because they said it's going to end on the 4th, be sure to hold the amount you are going to pay. Now, my final question for you on this very something is, we know that the transporters in Anambra State buy their fuel for like 700 naira, and the people in Lagos are buying 600. People in Abuja are buying differently. So it means that whatever negotiations that they may have, it surely is going to have an issue, because the price of transport for 25th December is not the same thing as 24th of December and 23rd. Mr. Kanu,
the issue be say they not do any this thing agreement with all these transport companies. They not do any agreement, because if you doubt it, we will put our people for parks now. By that tomorrow, you go hear them say for park, I don't know about that 50%, or maybe you go ask Tinubu by yourself. Now waiting you go hear them for park, they talk with that. They go tell you, may you go Aso Rock, go ask them. Or when you ready to enter car, you go come enter. Because you see this announcement, now another scam be this. How many grants they say they go give students have been alone? Which one they don't give? All those things na scam. They will just come out, do abracadabra for television, make people they hear, oh, this government is working. They're not doing anything. They know they do shishi. They just want to scam you so that you go talk them. That face go pass. They go enter another one.
Yes.
Okay.
My own self is how did they inform these people that are traveling on the way to assess this discount? If in quotes there is a discount, or will they be left at the mercy of the transporters or these transport unions? You know, when you get to park, they used to rush you and all that. A lot of people, it's like this is as if they're putting us at risk, because a lot of people now, you'll be giving them ideas to now, some people now bring out their own cars or borrow car anyhow they want. They'll bring out bus and tell you that this is the bus that the government has discounted, so people should just enter. Do you understand? Exactly. And then a lot of people will not enter with the mindset that, oh, this is what the government have brought out, when in truth is not. Exactly. So this is literally bringing out different ways of people to now want to scam their fellow beings, because there is no money. If they wanted to do this, they would have maybe reduced fuel subsidy and every other thing they would have done.
I think, my own final take on this transport fare scam that is loading is that the transporters themselves are really the beneficiaries, if at all is workable, because the transporters right now, people who load like 5 vehicles usually in a day, will tell the government that they are loading 15 vehicles in a day. Because that is the scam that was going on in the fuel subsidy regime. People will tell you they imported a number of vessels of fuel, meanwhile they did. So now we will have different transport companies, and of course they would have corroborated with the transport secretariat on this scam. Let's watch, put up your popcorn and let's see how it does. But if you are the park, you can reach out to Obedient Family TV to tell them how the scam is being perpetrated, so that we will inform people who are going to be stranded coming back from the Christmas. We leave that one. Now tomorrow we'll begin here the results. So going back to the next thing that we have on this table is the lawmakers. The 27 lawmakers now sitting today, 24 lawmakers of Rivers State, saying that they have withdrawn that very impeachment notice that they gave to Fubara. That is the latest thing that is happening. The updates are coming in from Port Harcourt. We brought that in this morning. But our own UC Maxwell has something or advice that he brought about these 27 lawmakers. Let's take a listen to the broadcast that UC Maxwell did earlier, and for him now to tell us his final take, since the actions of these 27 lawmakers have started manifesting, especially as they sat again. Is their sitting legal or illegal? Let's listen to Maxwell broadcast first, then Maxwell will now explain all of this to us. Let's take a listen.
So there is a document in the public that shows that Sim Fubara has signed an agreement, and that agreement highlighted 8 basic points upon which those agreements were made. It is of course in relation to the Fubara-Wike fight or political tussle that has been going on in Rivers State. I believe that a lot of you must have seen it, but I want to talk very briefly about that document, but particularly on one item. Now, if you take a very good look at that document, you would see that there is a place that talks about the third item on that document talks about the leadership of the Rivers State House of Assembly as led by the retired or Right Honorable Martin Amewule shall be recognized alongside the 27 members who resigned from the PDP. Now, I want us to have a quick look at the legal implications of this document,
and also look at the possibility of Sim Fubara implementing the third item, which of course I saw that his signature has been appended to. This news also came from the State House, so we can say that there is largely an authentication of this document. So let me give us a background that will lead to my argument as you listen to this. Last week on Tuesday particularly, a judgment came from a high court sitting in Rivers State. Now, what did that judgment do? That judgment recognized Edison Ehie, who is the speaker that is loyal, of course, to Sim Fubara. The judgment of the court, the High Court sitting in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, on Tuesday confirmed Edison Ehie as the authentic and recognized speaker of the State House of Assembly. Now, this is a court order that is sacrosanct in our democracy. Following that judgment, on Wednesday, Edison Ehie led a plenary session. Remember that the court has given him legality to act as the speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly. The following day, on Wednesday, Edison Ehie sat as speaker of the Rivers State House of Assembly, legalized by the court. And what did he do? He declared the seats of 27 lawmakers vacant over their defection from the People's Democratic Party to the APC. So, sitting in plenary, he declared the seats vacant. Are his declarations legal? I would like us to take a look at the provisions of the law. When you go to chapter 5 of the 1999 Constitution, part 2 of chapter 5, you look at section 109 of the 1999 Constitution, which talks about the tenure of the seat of members of the State House of Assembly. When you look at subsection 1, paragraph G of that provision, it states that a member of a House of Assembly shall vacate his seat in the House if, being a person whose election to the House of Assembly was sponsored by a political party, he becomes a member of another political party before the expiration of the period for which that house was elected. What the law is simply stating here is any member of the State House of Assembly that defects or decamps from the party he belongs to another political party, that he shall lose his seat. Now, although there is a proviso that states that if the party is divided or the party has merged, that he can decamp, but that is not the case here. Then I would like us to look at the provisions of that same section 109, subsection 2. It provides that the Speaker of the House of Assembly shall give effect to subsection 1 of this section. So, however, that the Speaker of a member shall first present evidence satisfactory to the House that any of the provisions of that subsection has become applicable in respect of the member. What subsection 2 is doing is that it gives the Speaker of a House the powers to give effect to subsection 1. That is, it gives the Speaker of a House the power to declare the seat of any member of the State House of Assembly that has defected, to declare it vacant. He has the powers under section 109, subsection 2. However, the law states that he shall also show evidence. And when you look at the declaration that Edison Ehie made on Wednesday, last week Wednesday, I think last week Wednesday should be, that should be 13th of December 2023. He told the House that he had seen the defection videos, that they had communicated their defection to other political parties, and that he is declaring their seats vacant. So he did this basically in accordance with the provisions of the law. The question is, by that document where Sim Fubara agreed to item number 3 to recognize Martin Amewule and also the 27 members of PDP who defected, what is the legal implication? You cannot reverse the action that Edison Ehie has carried out during plenary in line with a court order, a substantive court order that has not been overturned by a higher court. The Court of Appeal has not overturned the order that recognized Edison here. The Supreme Court has not overturned that order that recognized Edison here. And upon that order, Edison here went ahead to declare their seats vacant. Sim Fubara, being a member of the executive arm of government, the governor of a state, does not have the legal power to reinstate 27 members who their seats have been declared vacant in the Rivers State House of Assembly. Some people may ask, what is now the remedy that is left? The only remedy that is left to the 27 lawmakers that is led by the Martin Amewule team and everything is for them to approach a court of competent jurisdiction to question the legality of the declaration of their seats to be vacant. Their seats cannot be reinstated simply by a document that was signed and agreed by Sim Fubara, Bola Tinubu, Peter Odili, and Wike and several other people. No, the law does not recognize it. And if this happens in Nigeria, it is a clear affront of the provisions of the 1999 Constitution and an abuse on the fundamentals of rule of law. In fact, if he proceeds to do so, it is a ground for which the House of Assembly can impeach Sim Fubara, because the provision of the law is that a governor can be impeached for gross misconduct as violating the provisions of the 1999 Constitution. So here, I'm advising them, free advice of course. Sim Fubara does not have the political power, the legal power, the statutory power to reinstate 27 House members whom their seats have been declared vacant by Edison Ehie-led House of Assembly pursuant to a court order. The only option that is available is to seek redress in a competent court of law. So let us stop all these political games that we are seeing since the APC came into power. I don't understand how a state governor will go and sign such a document without actually seeking legal advice or legal interpretation with the provisions of the law in line with this kind of document. But then we are watching to see what happens. This is an APC-led government, a fraudulent. We've seen a lot of fraud in this government, but let's see what happens in the coming days. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant day. Don't forget to follow me on all social media platforms. Ukoma M. I remain UC Maxwell. Have a pleasant day.
So Maxwell, we heard you very loud and clear, but today something happened. These 27 lawmakers, but 24 of them was reported to have sat. Whether their sitting is legal now is where I want you to come in. But before you come in, let's hear the report directly from Port Harcourt where that sitting happened and where they sat and withdraw their impeachment rate according to their arrangement from Villa. Let's take a listen to what happened in Port Harcourt.
That a resolution has been reached between the governor and the former governor. But if you're referring to the other 4 lawmakers, they were not present at that sitting. But as to why it was just 24 lawmakers, you know that one of the lawmakers is not in the country, as I mentioned before, on health grounds, and then a number of the lawmakers were also absent. But the crux of the matter is that the 24 lawmakers who signed the impeachment notice on the 30th of October are incidentally the same set of lawmakers who also signed the withdrawal of that same signed the notice of withdrawal of those proceedings. So that's exactly what transpired today on the floor of the House, a makeshift legislative chamber, I should say, that that is being held, that has been constituted at the House of Assembly quarters in Port Harcourt. 24 lawmakers today held their plenary at that location. But talking about the executive, you know, the part of the recommendation, part of the resolution recommended that the state governor should send the names of the resigned commissioners back to the assembly. He should also represent.
So you can see, Maxwell, that plenary happened today in their makeshift chambers, and 24 former lawmakers, so to speak, were present, and they now raised up a motion to withdraw their impeachment notice to Fubara. My question is, are they acting within the confines of the law? Are they disobeying the order of court that said they should not parade themselves as lawmakers, Maxwell?
Okay, well, to me, to my best knowledge and understanding of the provisions of the law, and in considering all the actions that have been going on in Rivers State, in line also with the judgments or pronouncements of the court, the High Court that is sitting in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, I can say conclusively that those lawmakers are not lawmakers, whatever they are doing. And I've told you, ex nihilo, nihil fit. You cannot place something on nothing and expect it to stand. It can never happen. It will surely collapse. So out of nothing, something cannot come out of nothing. What we are seeing here is that they are trying to place a legal procedure on an illegal foundation. What is the illegal foundation? The illegal foundation is that they no longer have the status as lawmakers in the eyes of the law. For those 27 people, I don't even want to call them legislators or members anymore. For those 27 people, young men and young women who are part of that clique, loyal to Wiki, they are not lawmakers. Like I have said, and I've continuously argued, a court gave an order restricting them from parading themselves as, especially Martins, from parading himself as the speaker and parading themselves as members. The court went ahead to pronounce Edison Ehie as speaker. And Edison Ehie went ahead in line with the provisions of the law and declared their seats vacant. So because their seats are vacant, whatever they do does not have a backing. And for them to become lawmakers, they need to institute an action in court, like I said in that video. But away from that, I've already argued all of this. What we are seeing here is that they are trying to give a soft landing to Similaye Fubara. Remember that the document where we saw his signature, there are still speculations as to the originality or the fake of that document. We still don't know yet, but I still believe firmly that that document is legitimate. What we have seen is that they are trying to tell him that we have done our own part of the agreement, though. We said that we will, in that agreement, we say we will withdraw impeachment proceedings against you. We have done our own part. It is now for you to do your own part. That is just what they are trying to do. You could imagine that that document surfaced the day before yesterday, and look at what we are already seeing here today, that they have already withdrawn impeachment notice from for Sim. But like I've said, it doesn't matter. It is a political game, whether they are giving him soft landing or not. I've always said that in line with the provisions of the law, they cannot put that impeachment on anything and expect it to stand, because their status already, they have lost the status as members of the legislative arm of government. I'd like to say finally, Mr. Kanu, on this issue, that we should try as much as possible to channel our minds towards the good people of Rivers State. In the whole of this entire thing, they are the ones who have bared the brunt of it, or they are the ones at the losing end. The governor, Sim Fubara, continues to receive salary. Wike continues to receive salary. They continue their political war. But the people have lost the sense of governance. They no longer enjoy the benefit and dividends of going out there to vote for these people. So we need to focus on these people, because what we are seeing here are just two men fighting for their personal benefits. It has nothing to do with the good people of Rivers State. And it's unfortunate. I just hope that Sim Fubara, we have seen things that shows us that he's trying to go back into his shell and cower and submit to Wiki. I do hope that he can stand and make sure that the people who have put the trust in him,
Maxwell,
he can redeem their image.
So a quick one, because time is really giving us time, a signal. The quick one I want to bring is Sim Fubara is saying something that looks like the fight has been drawn. He said no price is too big to pay for peace, based on their discussions with Chief Bola Tinubu. No price is too big to pay. So I think he's willing to take the consequences. But before you answer to that, and also I see PDP talking very tough about punishing Wike, whether they have all those time. But before you put your small 1 minute talk on it, I want you to hear how Edit and Odele, who also signed that same document you are talking about, was there. Just take a listen to what Sim Fubara said in their convocation ceremony.
To my dear states. I call you my dear state because the support you have shown within this period is unmeasurable. From quarters that ordinarily I don't even have any contact with them, but they have stood by us. I want you to know that there is no amount that is too big to pay for peace.
So there's no price that is too big to pay for this, coming from Fubara. So Maxwell, very quickly, because of our time, just 1 minute to tell us what you think about Sim Fubara. He's not looking like a happy man when he was saying that, but you never know what his plans are. Please, just 1 minute.
You know, when I said that Sim Fubara is beginning to go back into his shell, this was the video I was actually referring to. What we see here is that Sim Fubara is almost giving up on this fight. I feel like if you are going to battle such a war, you need to come out prepared. Sim Fubara doesn't seem prepared, and even though the people are solidly behind him, he seems to be going back into his shell. He said that there is no price that is too big to pay for peace, and he ended it by saying that we will continue to pay it. I begin to wonder, what will he continue to pay for peace to reign? Will he continue to give Wike the returns that Wike is collecting from Rivers State? Will he continue to sell the commonwealth of the Rivers people to Wike, Yesom Wike? These are the questions that we should be asking at this point. And I think that Sim Fubara should stand his ground, because his people, Ijaw people, the entire Rivers people, it's not even about the Ijaw or not the Ijaw people. They are solidly, majority of them are solidly behind him, and he should take advantage of that.
Okay, thank you, Maxwell, for being with us. Your analysis are top notch. We appreciate you and all that. So we'll come back to the studio as our time. Don't they give us signal? Princess, you have the opinion that people going to the parks should be very careful, especially on security issues, and knowing which companies are approved by the government, and also, as Maxwell have said, to make sure that they have their double amount, even when they are still going to ask for their 50% Christmas gift of Chief Bola Tinubu. And Angel, of course, I know you have said it times and times again that this is a scam that is loading. It's up to people to shine their eyes and know how it is. So tell our people your final this to make we agree there, because our time don't really waka.
Thank you so much, my lovely and intelligent, obedient worldwide. God bless you, Maxwell, for being with us today. We appreciate you. God bless you. My people, APC and their government, the more you look, the less you see. They are scam too much. Make una no believe anything where this government they talk. All the things where they talk, none where they don't do. Make una no believe. If you decide not to travel, my brother, my sister, stay your house. Just day your day. Road no good, no security. You see that they are 50%. Now make we talk and small. Make we come out eye from their evil do. From the evils where they don't do. Where they are still doing. Now im be that thing. May una no just think and say they will give you 50. If you reach park, the park person go tell you, may you go Aso Rock, go collect the 50%. Thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate you. We love you. Like, share, subscribe. My people, like, share, subscribe. Make all the obedient. They hear say, you see this Christmas 50% gift? Nah, another scam. We love you, but God loves you more. Bye for now.